This is Cordelia Bodkin. Last week we learned that in 1898, Cordelia was part of a love triangle that ended in the death of two young Delaware women.
Now, if you didn't catch last week's Throwback Thursday, love, betrayal, murder, and the trial of the century were all subjects of this whodunit tale. And Jim Duffy of Secrets of the Eastern Shore joins us for part two. Keeping us on the edge of our seat. But first, we need you to kind of give us the Cliff Notes version of what
All right.
you said last week.
Just a couple of bullet points.
Okay.
Yeah.
A very prominent young Delaware couple moves to San Francisco, where the husband has a job.
Okay.
The husband is a cad. He has an affair. He has multiple affairs, but he has this one affair in particular. Then he has second thoughts and decides to go back to his wife.
Okay.
This drives his paramour insane. This is the 1890s, she mails poisoned chocolates across the country to the wife who has moved back to Delaware to get away from her philandering husband, kills the wife and her sister. Now, one of the things that's super interesting about this case is the circus atmosphere. It really is, you use the phrase, trial of the century. And it really was kind of like the O.J. Simpson case, where like little newspapers in Wisconsin and Alabama, it was all over the place. This is the era of yellow journalism, where everything is sensationalized and it's all like crime and sex and corruption is all over the newspapers. So when they figured out, the investigation was very interesting. They tracked the box of chocolate, the box that the chocolate came in, and they tracked it all the way across the country to the store that got it. When they figured out what store that box came from, the employees at the store had to go into hiding because they were being hounded by so many journalists. When the trial started, there were like lines of hundreds of people trying to get in. And there were so many people trying to get in who couldn't get in that one of the newspapers in San Francisco set up a big platform outside the courthouse and with a big bulletin board and did handwritten. They had people running from the trial and they did like handwritten kind of, makeshift updates. I mean, it was a completely just crazy thing. Women in particular were very interested in this case. They wanted to know about this Don Juan character who could drive a woman so crazy. So one newspaper said, never before has there been such a fluttering of petticoats in the courthouse.
Oh my.
Cordelia Bodkin had a terrible alibi. She said that she wasn't feeling well. She took morphine. She slept the day away. That was kind of a letdown for all the sensationalism. The trial was kind of an open and shut case. She was found guilty. She appealed. She was found guilty, sentenced to life in prison, which is where you think that her story would end. 2 years later, the judge who sentenced her to life in prison is on a streetcar in San Francisco, looks over. There is the woman that he sentenced to life in prison, dressed to the nines with a date.
What?
Yes. They started calling her the siren of the county jail. She had apparently seduced prison guards. The prison guards got in fist fights over her. One of them ended up in the hospital, and the prison guards arranged all these special privileges for her. She could wander the grounds at the prison whenever she'd like, be in the garden, dress fancy, get special food, and go out on these field trips. The judge doesn't like this. So then the whole sensational journalism thing all over the country, especially here in Delaware, it goes completely crazy. And she has to spend the rest of her life in jail. This sends her into a deep depression. She kind of refuses to eat. She's got nurses assigned to her to make sure that she eats. Anyway, 7 years later, she dies, and the official cause of death on her autopsy report is softening of the brain due to melancholy.
Ooh, interesting.
There's one more thing about this case that's a bit of a mystery to me. So women were super interested in it because they wanted to know about this Don Juan character, right? When John Donning took the stand, he was a big letdown to everybody, though I can't figure out why. Because one of the reasons why he was a letdown was, his hair was kind of thinning a little bit. He had a little extra kind of middle-aged midsection.
He wasn't that
going
big
on.
svelte guy.
He didn't have your sexy radio voice. He had kind of a more whiny voice. And so women everywhere were disappointed. Like I say, it's a mystery to me, but there's no accounting for taste.
Oh my goodness.
Secrets of the
Wow.
Eastern Shores, Jim Duffy. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jim. Good.